Welcome, one and all. As you can see, it is raining right now, and something that I've always thought would be cool to build would be a giant rainbow. Minecraft doesn't exactly have rainbows after it rains, so the next best thing is building it. And the thought process is after it rains, we build a giant rainbow over there. And hopefully it doesn't rain again until the rainbow's done, so we have something nice to look at after rainstorms. So we're getting a beautiful sunset, and you can see we're in the clouds up here, AFKing the what is that? The creeper farm. But a nice, beautiful rainbow over here, I think, would look really good. It'll probably be the biggest rainbow ever made in Minecraft history. So definitely the biggest in survival. So we'll see what we can do. I've got honey blocks, been working on the treasury a bit, but I've really enjoyed the new format for videos. A lot less pressure to play all the time and record every second. So enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the last video. Hope you enjoyed this one too. But we're gonna go get some sand and start smelting some glass for our giant rainbow. So we'll check in very soon. Alrighty, I am kind of a goofball. I forgot to have myself in F11, the full screen mode, and recorded a couple of things, and now here we are. So full F11 mode. I'm collecting the sand right now so we can convert it all into glass, and I was gonna get 5 shulker boxes, but I think I'm gonna settle with 2.5. So we've got 2.5 right here, and I think that'll be good, at least to get started. We can smelt all this into glass. We have unlimited smelting, so I'm not really worried about that. I'm not sure what this crater is, but it does look cool. So we just pillaged this area for sand, and we're down to sandstone in most places, and it took our whole durability of our shovel. Maybe someday we'll get netherite, but definitely not today. And we'll kind of see how everything plays out. But we're gonna call this good on the sand front. We'll have plenty of glass now, so we'll check in soon. We are very high up. We're at the build limit today, and the reason... Oh, we're not at the build limit. We're 6 away from the build limit, which is 319 now. That's nice. And we've got some netherrack. The reason why is I want to create what I think will be the first Minecraft rainbow that looks this realistic, we'll say. So whatever the title ends up being, go ahead and take it with a grain of salt, I guess. The idea here is we are starting, this is at 0, and we're going to make it diagonal, and it's going to go way off over there. It's going to end probably 400 blocks diagonally this direction, and then 400 blocks this direction. So out of our eyesight will be the end of the rainbow. I think it's going to look very nice from our base. You can see the base down there, giant treasury, our farm freshly completed from last episode. Maybe someday we'll put a castle on this hill. I think this rainbow will look good from everywhere. If it looks terrible, so be it. We're just going to live with it. But the plan here is to kind of just go like this. And we're starting with purple. Start with the bottom, and then we'll put our indigo, blue, whatever. You know, the Roy G. Biv or whatever it's called. We're going to do it like this. And I've got it all mapped out. I think we need to go something like 30 blocks this direction and 30 that way or something. Not entirely sure, but when you use the netherrack, we can just delete it off the face of the earth, and who cares if we pick it up or not? It's the poor man's scaffolding. It should work well for the rainbow here. And again, if it looks terrible, so be it. We can blow it up with TNT or something. But that's the goal for the episode today is rainbow, and we'll see how it goes. So, hope everyone enjoys. We have an exorbitant amount of glass, dye, sand. We need a bunch of stuff because this is going to be thousands and thousands of blocks. So, we will go ahead and get started on that. And I'll check in hopefully soon. All right, I am doing so good with the rainbow. It is looking incredible. Let me give you a nice little preview as to kind of what we're working with, and then we'll go into some of the fun we've had and a bit of the struggles. But as you can see, wow, that thing is up there. It's beyond the clouds, which is kind of fun. I don't know if rainbows can appear above clouds, but who cares? It is above the clouds. It's really coming together, and we're going to go check it out. I'll show you the progress, kind of the thought process behind building this. We're going to check everything out and just showcase what we've been doing thus far. It's been a while. I've done a lot of work, but it hasn't been that long, if that makes sense. So I've been doing a good job. I mean, it looks nice. It goes down. And boy, does this thing go all the way. I did purple all the way to the ground on this side. Goal is to get half of it done and then do the other half. And I will say, the unsung hero is that happy ghast right there. This guy, without him, I don't think I could do this. And I'll showcase that a little bit later. Jeez Louise, a little bit of lag. We'll showcase using the happy ghasts later when I'm doing the other side, but this guy has been great, all tied up to our tree here. He did a phenomenal job. It was very scary in the nether when I had to go find him, but other than that, he's been awesome. This thing is a behemoth. Just look at it, the scale. Also, something important to note while we are flying on this. There is this section where it's basically all single blocks. Remember that long single block section. We'll talk about that in just a minute here. But man, oh man, is this thing looking so great. It's going to look awesome when it's done, I think. Or it could look terrible, who knows. Ignore the missing section there. I messed something up and had to tear part of it down. But when we get here, relatively close to here, this is 0 on the z-axis, I believe, and it goes 415 blocks this direction. It's going to end up going, I think, closer to 500 this direction once we actually get it done. But glass, it takes a long time for glass to cook. So we've been waiting, and we are at true build height limit here. Really nice. Measure twice, build once. And I don't know where my bed is, which is problematic to say the least. But I haven't looked at the rainbow in the dark before, so let's go take a look in the dark and see how it looks. I know you generally wouldn't see a rainbow in the dark, but we're going to see a rainbow in the dark. And oh, well, doesn't look that bad, actually. It's not great. Maybe it looks kind of like a comet. A comet? I hope I'm saying that right. It's brighter on the end and then fades. Soon we'll have the whole thing in. I hope it's soon at least. But remember that single-stepped section we talked about over here. As you can see, the rainbow up top, it's red on top, purple on bottom. But as you start to curve, now you're going to need red more so on the outside than on the top. And that's the struggle, because up here, you just obviously build up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. But on the side here, we're going to have to make it go out to the side, and I'm not sure how to tackle that transition yet. So we're going to have some playing around to do, and maybe it looks terrible, maybe it looks great. I'm not sure. We will cross that bridge together. So, main thing is let's get safety. I don't like the possibility of mob spawning. They kind of stress me out. There's also a whole bunch of other stuff that I want to show you guys too. I've been cooking glass nonstop. My furnace is just full of sand. We've also started a small little cactus farm, and we needed the snowman to grow the happy gas up real quick. So we've done quite a few things. I'm sorry I didn't record all of that, but glass is going. Man, oh man, it's a lot of sand, and I've got even more sand over here. We have been cooking with glass. I mean, it is an exorbitant amount. And I think we actually have enough to do another layer. Let's count. Yeah, we do have enough to do another layer. So I normally wait till I have 5 full stacks, and then I go do another full layer, and it goes so much quicker than just one at a time. The longest part was getting that purple all the way to the ground over there. So I have to imagine the longest part will be, oh yeah, getting the purple to go all the way to the ground way over there too, which we're going to do soon, and I'll show you a little bit. The happy gas again is making it bearable. I need to remove that beehive, but I really don't want to. Anyway, so we'll check in soon. I got a little distracted here, but a lot of stuff to update you on. We got the cactus farm. We've got the glass smelting. We've got a lot of good stuff going. And I think this will add a nice touch to the base. Very unique. I've never seen it done before. If you've seen it done before, let me know. Shout it out in the comments. I used a website to help me form a 1,000 diameter circle. So I'll leave a link to that in the description. It's been extremely helpful. Would not look good at all without that website. So thank you to whoever made it, and the link will be in the description. It's the only website I could find that did all the way up to 1,000. Most of the other websites cap the circles out at like 100 or 150 for Minecraft circles. This one seems to be infinite. I haven't tested its limits, but it goes to 1,001, which is the scale that this rainbow is being made on. So, goes to the build height limit, and that's where I started, obviously. And then we'll see exactly how many blocks this thing takes and all that jazz. So, hope you've enjoyed the check-in. Excuse me, I was having trouble speaking right now. And we'll check in soon. I'm going to get some more stuff done, and we'll tackle some of the challenges we talked about. I celebrated a little bit of our success right now. And hopefully it doesn't take me that long in real life. But who knows? So, alright, there it is. Alrighty, we've been cruising right along with our rainbow. I just want to give you a little insight. Happy gas are awesome. And show you what is going on here. So how I like to do it is 3 at a time. I set up my inventory. I know my next 3, which is 4, 4, and then 3. And so what I'll do is I will do the 4, just like this. Now I'm done with the 4. You got to go down a little. The gas navigation, a little tricky to get the hang of, but not too shabby. And when I do it like this, I've also got a little paper, and then after I complete my set of 3, I cross off the 3 that I've done, and I load in my next three. So the next three on the list is 4, 3, and then 4. And I didn't do the crossing off because I thought that might take too long. So I'll just have to remember what I've done. But then we just keep carrying on like this. And I've made a mistake. I don't normally make mistakes, but I guess I'm nervous because I'm on camera. So just like this, and we carry on. I'm gonna float over there and show how far we've made it in just a moment after we complete that set. So now I know I'm right here, and we've really been cooking right along. So what I've done, now there is netherrack in the way, or netherite, whatever it's called. But we're cooking right along, and the rainbow kind of fades off. Looks really nice. Our town's down there, so I think this will all be visible. And I think I'm just gonna keep going, and until I run out of netherrack or glass. I'll run out of glass first, but we're just gonna keep going along, and see how much we can get accomplished today. I'm pretty pleased thus far, and it's not too bad with the happy guest. So he's a happy guy. He's got his goggles on, and once you figure out the mechanics of this guy, it's not too bad. So we're gonna keep doing our rainbow, and I'll check in once I get all that netherrack cleared, and hopefully when I'm checking in, we're all the way down there somewhere. But maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that's where we're at. We have made some fantastic progress on the rainbow. Almost 100% done with 50% of it. So I just wanted to show you kind of a pain point here. This is 32 individual single steps down, and then tying in kind of the transition point. This would be about halfway down, or I guess a quarter of the way down the rainbow. If it's 1,000 spanning blocks, which it is, it's 1,001 arc. And again, I'll have that linked in the description, the website I used. I don't remember what it was, but I know I have it saved. So check them out. That's the only website I could find that would do 1,000. Anyway, we've got a small gap here to kind of show you where the break is. And then I'll walk you through what's going on with that little triangle that isn't filled in. Obviously, the purple is the 1,000 block span, but as you widen out, there's this cool principle where you can use the exact same amount of blocks. And I should also note that we transitioned from at that diagonal crossing where the triangle was. Then on the other side of that, I started placing the blocks based on the inside out, because technically if the rainbow were to make a full circle, it would make more sense to do it that way, to keep red on the outside and purple on the inside when you look at it. So as you can see, we got 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. I did it from this direction, and then I did that all the way up. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. I'm coughing. Anyway, we did that all the way up, and if you want to make a wider circle, you really don't have to lift off the ground all that much, which is a weird principle. And I don't remember what the principle is. But I was thinking to tie these in together, it should be relatively simple. We just have to continue like this, and we'll see how it looks. But this was an area that I was concerned about, but then I remembered that if you take something as big as like the circumference of the earth and you want to tie a rope around it, let's say we get a rope that goes around the entire earth, and you want to lift that rope 2 feet off the ground everywhere around the earth, how much rope would you have to add? And you think, well, I'd have to add quite a bit of rope um, 2 feet in every direction is a ton, right? Just you'd need miles and miles of rope. Well, that's not actually the case. You'd only need a couple feet of rope in order to get it all the way off the ground everywhere it is. And so we're using that same principle, I forgot what it's called, with our rainbow. This outside ring of red is a much bigger circle than the purple, but we only need a couple extra blocks. I think it was maybe 6 blocks compared to the purple that we used a red. And let's see how it turns out. It should look good based on that principle of you only need a little bit extra to lift the entire thing up. But wow, okay. I think that turned out about as perfect as I could have hoped. That looks really good. Really, really good. I'm extremely happy with that. Okay, let's get a more zoomed out view. See if we still think it's good. I normally like going on this tree, but I don't think we're going to make it all the way up there. Oh, we did. So good. Oh, yeah. That's perfect. So that is the midway point right there where you see there's a tiny bit of glass missing. I took it out so I could remember where the midway point is. And it's almost done. I even started filling in on the other side, and purple goes all the way to the ground over there. So we'll check that out right now too. I've also been AFKing the smelting over here, and that's been extremely helpful. And we're getting more gunpowder while we do it. But man, it's looking really good. That's the midpoint right there, and it is massive. I think it's going to look great once we get it in all the way. Really pleased with how it's coming along. It's a lot of work for a tiny bit of highlight. But as you can see, purple goes all the way to the ground. I even turned my render distance up to the max, so we get more of the rainbow. I will show you. I think just walking down a path right here, it's going to look so good. I mean, if you're walking in and you've got this rainbow coming up and you're walking, man, I think it just looks incredible. And we might have to take the photo for it from right here. I don't know. We'll see. But it's going to look awesome. So that was kind of the check-in, dealing with that tricky little corner. And I can't remember what the principle is. I'll look it up and I'll mention it once we're kind of checking out the full thing. Also, I found some amethyst. I found an amethyst thing in a geode. I found a geode in the ocean. I went perusing for one in the ocean and found it, so that we can have a magnifying glass or a telescope, I forget what it's called, to hopefully be able to zoom in on our rainbow, because I don't have any mods downloaded or anything. But as you can see, glass, we're ready to go. I've got my shulker that I've emptied, and we can just throw it all in there. We should be good. All right, so rainbow really coming along, gonna look fantastic, and we're gonna check in really soon once I can get a lot more of it in. And I'll probably put the last 6 pieces right in the middle in on camera, but we'll have the rest of it done when I return. I thought it might be good to kind of highlight the process of what building this has looked like. I've placed thousands upon thousands of blocks already, but for the most part, after the purple was done, all I do is I just run down like this and place blocks. So it's not like too crazy or anything, and I think I'm okay enough at it right now to do it and talk, although most of the time I'm focusing, so we'll see. And then occasionally you run out, so you get some more. We're putting in the last red line, and I've put down, that was the first stack of 64. We're going to do 2 more. As the rain comes, this is perfect for the rainbow. The rain on the rainbow, I'm so excited. After it rains, we're not going to be done because there's still a lot to do. Sometimes I do that, which is a real pain, but that's okay. Easy fix. I don't remember where I was at, but running down, it's not too tedious. It goes pretty quick. This and waiting for the glass to smelt and then dyeing it properly, talking is making this more difficult. Those are probably the biggest things. This normally goes pretty quick. I just put in the other 5 layers, and it probably took me 10 minutes, so it's really not that bad. But unfortunately, whilst talking and showing what I'm doing, I'm messing up, so that's okay. I'll also show kind of the thought process behind where it connects with the ground down there. We're not to it quite yet. My goodness. Alright, that was better. Better stretch. We're not to it quite yet. But we'll be there soon, and I want to explain kind of what we're doing, and I should probably still look up those principles that I was talking about. I haven't looked them up, and I don't remember what they are, but that was 2 stacks of glass, almost 3, and it went very quickly. So we are almost done. This is the block. This is a set of 32, just individual step downs that we talked about on the way other side. But as you could see, I was placing the blocks right on top of the glass blocks. And then when we're down here, here's our happy guest. What a nice little guy. When we're down over here, what we'll do is we'll place the blocks here, and then we'll place them here, and then we'll place them here, and then we'll place them here. And it'll go out because that 32 block denotes where the transition is from the rainbow heading across to now it's officially heading down. So as you can see, our 2 blocks, they go down instead of diagonal, right? So it's just little things like that, but I'm getting excited because this will be, we're almost done. I mean, you can see it right there. That is how much we have left. I mean, it's probably 3 stacks, maybe 4 stacks of glass left of each color, except purple, of course, before we're to the ground. But it's nice to be able to see it, and I really like it once we get to the diagonal. It's very easy to do this up part because you just jump and place your blocks. There's nothing to think about or focus on. Anyway, we got to go get some more glass. I used basically all of it, and we'll be done soon. So I will check in soon. Can't wait. It'll be our first finished build very, very soon. Point of clarification. That principle thing where I was talking about the rope, it's a little over 6 feet to make it off the earth, 1 foot all the way around. And we're going to show that right now. So what we've got here is our little rainbow. It comes here and we go out, right? So we're going to go out, and this is 2. And it's 2, right? So there's nothing on top. We're going out because it's heading down now. And where this principle takes place, we're actually going to put in this whole line of the rainbow so you guys can see at least a little bit of the fun. I'm not going to call it a struggle. It's more so fun. I guess the real fun's looking at it from a distance once it's done. This right here, the jumping and placing blocks, I could take it or leave it. But I'll let you guys experience some of the last blocks placed and just the arching up. So it really makes it look like the rainbow is on the outside, or the brighter colors are on the outside and the darker ones are on the inside all the time, which is the exact look I was going for, and it turns out it works. So that's nice. But this has been a fun build, and what I really like most about this build is that when we get to the top here with red, we're basically going to be done. I'll put in the last 6 blocks with you guys right in the middle there. But the great thing is when we're done, it will be 100% done. We don't need to come back and add anything to it. It will be finished, complete, and look the way it looks for the rest of this world's life. So I don't know how long that'll be, but I know it'll be our first completed build. Like our farmhouse, our treasury, they're both kind of incomplete. I'm not sure which one. Incomplete, I think. They're both incomplete. This will be our one completed thing, where it's permanent and it looks visually good. At least in my opinion, it does. If you have a differing opinion, feel free to leave a comment or something. Oh no, we're short. That's okay. I prepared for this. So we've got our materials. We'll do that. And we'll just get some more glass rolling. Okay, hopefully that's enough. So at the end here, I don't want an exorbitant amount of light blue glass. Oh, this is actually where the principle takes place. So if we counted the blue blocks here, there's one less blue block than there is going to be light blue, and there's one less purple than there is blue. So it's called the string girdling the earth or something, and we're in a cloud. Lovely. So, I mean, I thought it was different than that, and now I can't tell if I've messed everything up. Oh, never mind. I was definitely wrong. This is where the principle takes place, and it's not a principle. As you can tell, my brain is turning off. Goodness gracious. All right, we got to do a couple more, but now you can see kind of the pains of getting this build done. Not the easiest thing. I think I did that right. I'll check it off camera. If it's wrong, I'll fix it. Yeah, anyway, the string girdling the earth. It is so hard to see at night. String girdling the earth is kind of the thing that I'm talking about. There's one extra light blue in this stretch than there is dark blue, than there is purple. And there will be one more green than there is light blue. And so on and so forth, all the way to red, which gets like 6 extra blocks. But let's go take a quick peek. Oh boy. Let's see if we can take a quick peek. There's monsters everywhere. Oh my goodness. They're shooting. There's a creeper. That horse scared the poop out of me. It looks alright. Looks alright. Okay, you know what? This is what we're going to do. We're just going to go down here, because I know the ocean is safe, and we're going to sleep. You can breathe underwater in a bed. I've respawned quite a bit, if you can see. Alright, that should keep us fairly safe, and we can see. No trident means I don't care. We'll check it out from the tree real quick. So, as you can see, it looks rather drab without the bright colors. There's 3, and it goes out, and then we make the transition to the really long one right here. So if we were to count, there's 1 extra blue block. This is where we get the extra blocks. So the string girdling the earth principle, we'll call it that so I can be right. This is where we see it take place. And you can see right on the end here, we'll kind of talk about it. So if we were doing from the top here, look, top is light blue, then purple. Okay, and it stays like that all the way down until you get to here. It's still on top, light blue, purple, but then like that triangle we saw earlier, that little cutout triangle thing, we need an extra blue and we need 2 extra light blues to get to right here. So those are our extra blocks to lift our circle off of the other circle. So we sneak them in there during the transition from going up to down, and that's what's going to make the rainbow look perfect all the way around. And if we could, build it into the ground like a true rainbow, but that's not going to happen. So it's just going to go into the ground because rainbows, I don't think, ever technically touch the ground. But those are extra blocks that we've been talking about. They occur right here. It's that one right there, this one, and this one are the extra blocks. So we need a little bit of extra blue, a little bit more light blue, and then we'll need more green, yellow, orange, and red as well. So next time you see me, we'll be putting in the finishing touches I don't even know if we can see it from here. There's a gap in the rainbow. Can't even see it, but there's a gap up there. We will do that at the end and then try to find a good spot for a screenshot or something. So I'm very excited and mainly just excited to have a 100% complete build. That's the part that excites me the most. But now we got to go get our light green. I think it's technically lime. We got to go get the lime dye and dye up some glass. 3 extra light blue. That's perfect. We can put that in the shulker. And I will check in when we're wrapping things up and show it off in its full form. So we'll see you soon. Oh, the rainbow is complete, and I think it looks amazing. It was a ton of work for, I think, really good return, but everybody I've talked to has said, oh boy, not worth it. But just look at it. It's the first real rainbow in Minecraft. I mean, this is as real as it gets. So every time it rains, we're now going to be happy. And I should say, it isn't quite complete. I wanted to complete the end of the rainbow on camera here. So we are going to put the last 6 pieces in. But other than these pieces, it is 100% complete. So let's get our shulker box, and we need, there we go, 1 of each color except for purple. So this is the very dead center, and we can see our farm down there, the treasury, just a touch of the iron farm. Someday I think we're going to build a castle on this hill, but not anytime soon. All right, just a couple more pieces and we will be done. Orange, red, the final piece. This is kind of a big moment. Our first fully complete thing. I'm not sure what we're going to want to do in the next episode. But I'm excited for it. And something I thought would be cool is flying alongside of this thing. Just look at it go. It's like playing Rainbow Road Mario Kart. Ooh, a little bit of lag there. I mean, we are going. It's tough to do. Oh, Mr. Happy Gast. We'll leave him over here for now. But man, it turned out really, really good. Super pleased with it. If you have any ideas, even up close, I think it looks really good. Just look at this thing. If you made it all the way this far in the video, I promise you the title is going to be clickbait. It's going to be so clickbait, but that's fine. That's the life of YouTube, I guess. Yeah, I'm just super pleased with it. There's some snow on it, but whatever. Who cares? A little bit of snow never hurt anybody. Wow. Turned out so good. Let's take one final peek at it from maybe this mountain right here. tree. Yeah, I mean, it just looks incredible. I hate the fact that it trails off, but I've got the render distance on as high as it can be. And I think this will give us something fun to frame our buildings with. We have to build carefully to make sure it's framed up really nice. Um, but that's okay. An extra layer of challenge to the builds. But yeah, I think all in all, it turned out really good. If I turned down the field of view, it'd be basically perfect. But I'm not gonna do that. So, all in all, happy with it. Know it exists. And now we get to do other things at the base. I'm not sure. Leave a good old comment with something you think I should do. I'm not quite sure how to tie in the treasury with the farm. I want to put something in probably this front area right here. I don't really know what should be put there. I know we need to put a bridge in on the backside behind that tree over there and some sort of path. Maybe it should be rounded. Maybe it should be squared off. I'm not sure. And I'd also like to build kind of a winding path up the hill somewhere. Not sure where the best spot to put that would be quite yet. But the main thing I want to do is I want to get something in this area in the next video. So if you have ideas, I'd like to get something in here. Yeah, so leave them down below, or maybe we just finish the exterior of the treasury, because I know it's got some problems. Like right up here is still open. I know on the back side over here it's still open as well. I don't love the carpet, but so what? Like it's just wide open, straight across. There's no ceiling over there in the pavilion. So, whatever. But the rainbow, man, oh man, it looks really good. I think this is officially the largest created rainbow here in Minecraft. So, again, if you made it this far, thank you so much. Ooh, broke my ankles. And I think we're just gonna end on this note right here. Please let me know what you think I should do in the area that we're standing in. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully, you'll be hearing from me soon, but definitely don't count on it.